Oh, sleepyhead, go back to bed. I'm just gonna disappear for a half hour. Well, right now, it's May long weekend. I'm saying that because people seem to be confused and always think when I upload a video, it's like just happened, but it's not. It's a long time ago. Heading to Best Buy. They got the DJI Mavic Mini Drones in. And I miss having a drone, so I'm gonna go pick it up. I reserved it last night, and this is the COVID lockdown, so doing the curbside pickup, so to speak. So you can't physically actually go into the store, Best Buy. This is the first time I experienced this during the whole lockdown, is that you got to reserve what you want online. You go to Best Buy, there's two guys outside, and they tell you to step behind a line, and then they radio in your last name, what you had purchased, and you go through. If you have to pay for it, you pay for it, but the guy stands like 8 feet back. But there we are, Mavic Mini. Well, I'll get everybody walking to another video. In today's video, this is one of those moments where I had this brilliant idea on how I was going to do the mud flaps on my Jeep, but that turned out to be a fail because I forgot to think about something else that was going to be in the way. Let me have a look. So I just got the bumper out back, and what my idea was going to be was that I was going to have the bumper on the back and then the mud flaps attached to the bumper. But what I didn't think about was that exhaust pipe. That kind of puts a damper and everything, which means my bracket, when I build it, will have to be in front of that, which is going to be kind of a pain in the butt to try to deal with. I did what I could with the bumper to get all the loose rust off of it. I don't know what the heck. I don't remember painting it with rubber undercoating, but sure seems to be stuck like that. However, today was one of those days where I should have just stayed in bed. I should have just stayed in bed because now I have a big fail moment that I didn't calculate for. However, the fix will be pretty easy, but that's not the point. So here I am. I was supposed to say, what if I test fitted my winch to see if it's going to fit with that bar, because I put the bar straight where the old one curved forward, and now I understand why, because I am, see if we can get in there. You can see I'm just out by a hole. It's not a big deal though, because I got the brake, so then I got the piece right here, so I could just modify it so that the relays can sit over top of the spool. That's not a big deal. And plus, with it in the middle, that'll kind of make it look a little bit neater too. One thing, let's have a look at this I just picked up today. Pretty excited actually. This is like the COVID edition, because either that or it's a clone. It's from Best Buy, so I doubt it. But instead of having it printed on the box, they just got pieces of paper cut out, which I find is pretty odd. Let's have a look at her. I must say, compared to my DJI Phantom I had many years ago, this thing is so small. 249 grams. I don't have to go through all that BS. It's pretty impressive though. Need to charge it up and synchronize it and attach it to my DJI account and all that BS, but yeah, gonna be pretty pumped about this. Do you like belly rubs? Tomcats, you're just like a big slug. You are like a big slug. You are. I know. Life's rough for you. Oh, a big yawn. Just quickly tossed a little tab on there for my backup light. Now I got my laptop out because we're going to go down the rabbit hole again with the 680 ohm resistors. We're going to see if possibly the wrong one was sent. We're going to find out. Unfortunately, it's in a plastic tube and it's shrink wrapped and in the harness, so we're going to have to cut it out. I also had to look how the other exhaust went. And the other exhaust came straight out. So that's what we're going to have to do to this one too, is modify the tip to come out. That way it's not in the way for the mud flap, so to speak. That's what I need right there. Well, that confirms it. The right resistor was indeed used. So the other thing I'm going to look at is when I reattached the power wire for, I believe it was pin number 2 on the black plug. It's supposed to be ignition run. That's what it says here. It says fuse ignition output run start. So I could have that connected to the wrong source. I don't know how that would make a difference, but never make assumptions. So need to plug everything back in and hook up the power. Once again, with the power probe turned on, should have 12 volts. I'll be able to hear the default. Exactly what it's doing. Now I'm going to crank it over. Playing it back now, see what's going to happen. I should be turning on the ignition. Yeah, so definitely indeed, I need to change my power source. Well, I got everything set back up. Whether or not it's going to work is another story. I'm going to use my Maxi scanner here. That way I can see the cam signal. Yeah, right now no cam signal. This is what I thought. Time to shut her down and just admit defeat. I don't think it's ever going to work, no matter how much it bugs me. I think sometimes you just got to admit that you've exhausted every option and there's nothing else you can do. Just got to take that bumper off and get her out there so we can start the process for the POR 15. I'm not going to bore you guys with this whole process. I'm just going to bypass it all, and because it's pretty boring, pretty lame, and nobody wants to see it. And also the last couple days, I've just been feeling like complete ass. I don't know what the hell's going on, but I went to get up early because I wanted to go for a walk in the neighborhood before everybody else does, and I got up as if I was drinking all night. You know, fucking lightheadedness, feeling dizzy, feeling nauseous. Went back to bed, Tomcat came and cuddled, and then Now I'm gonna try to work on this today. Supposed to be big rain this week, so a lot of snow out there in the mountains. Very possible Calgary could flood again. Mr. Tomcats, what's going on? You've just been in your kennel all morning and you haven't even eaten your breakfast. Are you not feeling well today? Was there something wrong? Oh, Tomcats, what's the matter? I know. Can I touch your paw? Can I? Tomcats, are you just sleepy today? Live. You're live. I gotta step out for a little bit. What are you going to do when I'm gone? Are you gonna watch some TV by yourself? Is that what you're gonna do? Is it? Are you just gonna look grumpy? Everybody says you always look grumpy, Mr. Toms. Well, I know. But you're the biggest sucky of all, aren't you? Aren't you? Are you staring at me with daggers, Mr. Tomcats? All right, just got home from the metal supermarkets. That's why he wanted to go out so bad. He's got to take a big dump. All right, that turned out pretty good. Got to do the back sides now, of course. Flipped it over. Get the inside done. Call it a day. I used up my premium brush on the outside because these ones here, the balance is kind of off. There we go. Those ones there, of course, will leave quite a bit of brushes, so I don't want all the fine hairs on the outside because it'll show through. But I just hope that I'll be able to feed the wires through there. I'm hoping. So back to that. So it is nice that I'm able to get some metal. It is kind of a hassle. I gotta call Metal Supermarket, place my order, pay over the phone, usually go down within an hour and pick it up. However, you guys have been asking me for a long time to build a rocket stove. Ever since I got the BioLite camp stove, you guys have been asking about a rocket stove, and sure enough, I got some materials and I'm gonna build one. But first, let's get this painted up. Of course, the brush I use has got to be a little on the large side. So this is the materials I picked up for my rocket stove, and they were not cheap. You guys will shit yourself once I tell you how much it is. 4x4 by 1/8, 24 inches long, so it's 40 bucks. 4x4 by 1/8, 1 foot long, that was $20. 60 bucks right there. And then I got this tube, 1-inch tube, 1/16 of an inch thick. I got the seam stuff. Where's the seam? There's the seam. And that was only like $30. So this rocket stove is gonna cost me about 90 bucks. This rocket stove is gonna be taller than some, because I don't want the flames billowing right out the top. Whether or not that's going to affect it, I'm not exactly sure. I'm gonna cut a little section out of the backside for vent and make it easier to clean out the ashes. And of course, this is going to be 45 and come out. am down to my last 2 grinding discs to cut this. My other ones are supposed to show up today, but I don't think they're gonna make it in the mail. So now I made a little bit of a mistake. I'm gonna rectify. I just cut a little piece of flat bar I'm gonna put there because I should have had that set up higher. And then I got these cut. I'm gonna put 3 of them in there, kind of like a grate. That way I got some gap of air. Plus Amazon delivered today. Supposed to got them yesterday, but with everything that's going on, 50 cutoff wheels, which is good because as you can see, things aren't looking good there. I should be safe to go for a while. Got the ESOP Rebel on. The goal right now is to tack everything up. And if I'm happy with it, then I'm gonna weld it out. I don't like to figure out the guessing, so that's why I use the software. Got to remember how you set it up outside of the tube. So my first bend will be 2.188 second bend at 6.537 to create one of the legs. Looking pretty good. Just got to cut out the base, bend the legs, bend a little piece up top for the grill, paint it with high temperature paint, and be ready to rock and roll. I'm gonna be pretty pumped for this. Crazy, I can feel the heat come up, just radiating up. I'm having real good vibes about this now. That part's done. I had to make 2 passes here because of the gap, and not going to get the welding nozzle in there. Not that it matters, but the base and that's all welded up. Got to cut a couple 90s for the top, and then of course build the base, and we'll be done. Change out the die in the tube bender to 1 inch, and let's get cracking. Look at the die size difference. 1.5, 1 inch. So this is where you live and learn. Changed out the die. First mistake, I didn't put this in the right spot. And then I cut these pieces to 10 inches. So I want to try to bend to 90. I realize that's probably not going to work. I'll see what I can bend. So my calculations for the bend for the legs is wrong, so I'm gonna try to make 245 pieces. So after a miscalculation, I can make those work. Pretty sure I can. All right, there we have it. Arts and crafts is done. I'm hoping I won't have any issues with it toppling over. Time will tell. If not, I might just have to add a little leg on the back there, not a big deal. And then on my tube bender stand, welded a couple posts to put my dies on there. Yeah, lesson learned today is that where the 1.5 inch die is pretty much like bang on. In order to make a bend with this, you need a lot longer tube than what you originally start with. So, lesson learned for next time. Looks pretty badass. We'll try it out. Got some high temperature paint going on it right now. But I think it is motherfucking beer time. And since it's rainy and gross out, it's gonna have one of these El Cheapo beers. Alberta Genuine Draft. Alright, you know what time it is? Motherfucking beer time. That's what time it is. Rear bumpers in POR 15. Front bumpers in POR 15. Made the rocket stove. Next is to focus on rebuilding that transmission cross member to tighten it up a little bit. And then get these bumpers sprayed, put on. Start getting this thing road legal. Try to modify the skid plates underneath. See what we could do to make them work. Still lots of things to do, but we're moving along. Anyways, I'm going to have a sip of this beer. Sooner I can get this thing out, the sooner I can start testing it, working out the bugs, start on the other axle, start on the sliders, have some fun camping, and get my summer started. That's what the plan is. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you have any questions or comments, post them below, and I'll see you guys in the next one.